1051 FM.
We are live at All African Music Awards.
How are you? Can you hear me?
Uh,
Good.
yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Thank you so much for coming. I'm so excited for today.
Yeah, thank you.
So tell us what all you do. Like I hear you do a lot. Are you just a newscaster or what else
Yeah,
do you do?
well, I'm a newscaster. I'm a journalist. I'm a news writer. In fact, I'm everywhere in the media. You know, when it comes to broadcasting right here in Nigeria, you um, you have to make some payments for you to be able to make, broadcasts and tell people what you do. But if you don't have the license, you won't be able to do anything. But normally for you to be able to broadcast very well right here in Nigeria, you should have a license. So the license will help you to broadcast, to pass your message across to your listeners.
Okay. So how does somebody get a license? Is it really costly for them or
Yeah, it's actually costly, but if you have the money, it's very easy for you to get. And in getting a license, it's not just something you can um, just wake up one morning and you say you want to, venture into broadcasting, and you just have to think about it very well, know what you want to do, know what you want to achieve, and at the end of the day, you are doing great. You understand? So, getting a license, you need to know one of the top people, in the government. You need to know, I mean, top people in the government, and that will actually help you to get a good license for your broadcasting, your station, be it online, terrestrial, or any. So you must be licensed. Without a license, you can't do anything.
okay.
Yes, the government controls everything that goes out. They control
Okay.
every single thing that goes out. So, for example, there are some songs that are NBBT. NBBT means not to be broadcasted. So those songs are the songs that are, you know, that has um, vocal words, some words that are not meant to be mentioned on air, some kind of words that you don't need to say out because, a lot of people listen to your station. A lot of people want to know what's happening in the country, all around the world. And, if you dish out a wrong information, you need to be sanctioned by NBC. And NBC means Nigeria Broadcasting Corporation. So NBC is the body that governs all the radio stations, all the TV stations right here in Nigeria. Music, lifestyle, news, and talk shows.
Okay. So what kind of entertainers have you met doing this kind of work?
Oh, I've met a whole lot of them. I've met a whole lot. In fact, almost all of them. I've met almost all of them. I can mention names of those I've met. Yeah. Uh, I've met Whiskey. I've met Bono Boy. I've met um, Davido. I've met Tiwa Savage. A lot of them. A lot of them. I've met a whole lot.
How do you
See,
contact them?
most of
Is there
these artists, they they have managers, right? So these managers are the people you have to talk to in order for you to be able to reach the main artist. So these artists, they really don't give out their contacts. They don't give out their contacts. What they do is they push you across to the managers. So it's the managers you speak to. Then another way to get across to them is when you go for interviews. I mean, when you visit some interviews, maybe on the radio stations, on TV stations, you can talk to them after the interview, or maybe an event. So let's assume there's an event like tomorrow, for example, then Davido will be coming around, Tiwa Savage will be coming around, Burna Boy will be coming around, Wizkid will be coming around, and all the top A-list artists, you know. So what you just have to do is make sure you come along, get a ticket, then speak to them, do a red carpet interview, and then invite them down to your program or down to your station. So definitely they will come around because they know they've met you somewhere, they've met you in an event, so they will always come around and then to grace your own interview.
How hard is it to get into a red carpet event in Nigeria? How hard?
Very, very easy. Very
Drip too hard, don't stand too close, we gon' fuck around and drown. Off this way, doing all these shows. I've been on the road, I don't care where I go, as long as I get paid. Bad little vibe, she been on my mind. Soon as I get back, she can slay. Do this all the time, this ain't no surprise. Every other night, another movie get made. Drip too hard, don't stand too close, we gon' fuck around and drown. Off this way, doing all these shows. I've been on the road, I don't care where I go, as long as I get paid. Bad little vibe, she been on my mind. Soon as I get back, she can slay. Do this all the time, this ain't no surprise. Every other night, another movie get made.
very easy.
Really?
Yeah, very easy. So what you just need to do is you need to be invited in the first place. You need to get the tickets. If you're not invited, you need to buy the tickets. So once you buy the ticket, then you go with your gadgets, your microphone, your cameras, and then you go on the red carpet. The red carpet is always free for every single person. Or let me say, the um the red carpet is very easy or very free for every single journalist. So if you are coming for the red carpet, you need to have your journalist tag on you. So that's an easy access for you to move around and do whatever you want to do. If you want to run an interview on the same red carpet, an exclusive interview, then you are free to run your interview. So it's very easy for you to get into any red carpet and then do your thing.
So, is an international press pass from the United States accepted, or do you have to get a special press pass there?
So this is the way it works. With your international press pass, you have a way to go in, but you need a special pass. The special pass is a pass for the event. All right. The special pass is the pass for the event. So for you to go in from the gate, you need to get that special pass. So the special pass will tell the bouncers, will tell the security that you are for the event and you're coming in to do an interview. So you need to get your own pass.
Okay. And so do when they're having these red carpet events, you as a Nigerian broadcaster, do they send you updates on things that are going on in the area, or do you have to keep up on it yourself?
Okay, so as a journalist, you need to be at the forefront. You need to be at the forefront. Why I say you need to be at the forefront is you need to be in the know. So when you are in the know, you know every single thing that's going on in the industry. You know when Davido will be performing. You know when Wizkid will be performing. You know when every other A-list artist will be performing. So you always need to know what is going on in the media industry or in the entertainment industry. So if there's an event anywhere, it is very easy for you to say, okay, on this day, I'll be in so-so events. On this day, I want to interview this A-list artist. and then bring him over to my studio or bring him over for an interview. So you always need to be in the know.
Okay. So how do you stay in the know? Do you have to like call people all the time, or do you just how do you know when all of this stuff is going on? Because there's a lot going on.
Yes, so you need to be very big on social media. You need to be very, very big on social media. So when you are very big on social media, just like the way I am, then you will know that events will be coming up anytime soon. Events will be coming up next week. Events will be coming up next 2 weeks. So you get yourself prepared. All right. So why you need to be in the know, like I said, be on all social media. You need to be on Instagram, you need to be on Facebook, you need to be on Twitter, you need to be everywhere. Have an account on every social media. So and also, this is very important. And also, once you are in every social media, you need to follow all the A-list artists on each social media. For example, if you're on Instagram, you need to follow all the A-list artists on Instagram. You need to follow all the A-list artists on TikTok. You need to follow the A-list artists on Facebook and every other, social media. So when you are following all these people on each of their handles, they will drop um, a hint. They normally drop a hint that, oh, I'll be dropping a new song next week. I'll be dropping a new hit, a new banger next week, next month. So you just keep up checking. You keep on checking and keep on checking their page. Immediately they drop the song, you can give them a call or go in their inbox to drop a message. Oh, I love this song. I would like to have you to say one or two on this song. Do you understand? So it is very easy for you to get across to every of all these A-list artists, except the artists that, maybe they're up and coming, they're not there yet, but definitely all the A-list artists will respond once you drop a message and tell them, oh, I have this interview for you, I have these questions for you, and I want you to respond as quick as possible. They will definitely respond.
Okay. So do they charge for coming to interviews? Like, do you have to pay most of them, or do they just do it because they want the publicity?
Okay, so for the A-list artists, it's not all of them that actually charge. Some will tell you, oh, it's just for, just for me to come around and, give you a voice. I mean, let people view your videos, let people view your interviews, and also they'll come around, definitely. And then there are some that will tell you, no, just for appearance, you pay me a certain amount of money. So when you pay me a certain amount of money, you see my manager, and then I can come around and then do my thing, run my interview, and that's it. So it's not all of them. Some of them will come free. If they like you, they will come around free. If they don't really like you, they want to, for you to pay.
Oh, okay. So has there ever been a time that you were sanctioned because you said something or did something that the government didn't like?
I
Never.
have never been sanctioned.
Oh, that
Never.
is an achievement. That's an
Yeah,
achievement.
because I've been in the industry for 35 years. 35 years. So I can never go wrong. I can never go wrong. I know when to play a song. I know when to open the mics and speak to it. I know when to do whatever I want to do. So I have never been sanctioned. Never been sanctioned.
So what kind of issues have you ever had to overcome being in Nigeria and being a journalist there?
Well, issues. Normally Nigeria here, um, the government really, like they say that there's press freedom, you know, press freedom everywhere, press freedom everywhere. It is just a matter of words. Most of them really don't go by that saying, press freedom. So, in other words, journalists in Nigeria, or most journalists in Nigeria, are really not safe. Most journalists in Nigeria are really not free. You are not free to say whatever you want to say. You're not free to act the way you want to act. And most importantly, you are not free to broadcast any single thing that you know is true. So whenever you broadcast anything that is true, they come for you. So you just have to be plain. You just have to be plain. And in being plain, you know, most times they will give you some warnings. Most times they will tell you, oh, that song you played is raw. You're not supposed to play such song. You're not supposed to play such jingle. You're not supposed to play such adverts, you know, because every single year you need to pay the federal government for every single thing you do. So you pay the federal government. When you play a jingle, you know the percentage of the amount you are to pay the federal government on that jingle. So we might actually go wrong at some point, but there is definitely a way you can come about it and then resolve the whole issue, that it won't cause any, maybe shutting down your station or sanctioning you to pay millions of naira and all. Once they flag you, you let them know, oh, I'm sorry, it won't repeat itself. And then you stop playing such song. If it is a song, if it's a jingle, you also apologize. You write to them, they'll write to you, they don't come to your station. They'll write to you, and then once you see their mail, you reply their mail telling them, oh, I'm sorry, it was a mistake. I played the song, it was a mistake. I played the jingle, and then they'll understand. They'll only give you a warning. Once they give you a warning the first time, they'll give you a warning the second time. They'll also give you a warning the third time. After the third warning, you'll be sanctioned. So will you wait until they sanction you before you take correction? No, no.
Well, if the
So
song
for
or
me,
oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah, so for me, I have, like I said, I've never been sanctioned. I have never been sanctioned. I watch the kind of song I upload on my system. This kind of song where I play, the interviews I conduct, and the people that I bring into my studio. So,
So what happens if the song or the jingle that you're playing is making you more money than what the sanction would be? Are there people that will go against the government and say, I would rather take the sanction because I know it's cheaper and I'm making more money on playing this type of music? Is there anybody that would do that?
well, first off, the sanction is not actually cheap.
Okay.
Nobody, no radio station owner in Nigeria will tell you that the sanction is cheap.
Right.
Sanction is never cheap. The sanction, it's equivalent to the amount you got your license.
Oh,
So
wow.
it is easier for the federal government to withdraw your license when they notice that they've warned you the first time, second time, and third time, but still you continue playing what you are not supposed to.
That
So
makes sense.
if they charge you, if they sanction you, you have to pay millions of naira. And you pay millions of naira,
It's not worth
it's
it.
not easy.
Right.
It's not worth it. So why would you rather allow them to sanction you? when you know that millions of naira you want to waste, you can use it for something else. So
That makes
why? So a
so
lot
it's
of people will rather try to avoid the mistake instead of being sanctioned.
that makes sense. So what kind of thing, like what kind of like, other than like bad words and things like that, what other kinds of things could get you sanctioned? Like as far as like, you know, the news that you put out, is there like what kind of news would get you sanctioned?
Yeah, a kind of news that can get you sanctioned is fake news. Fake news. When you push out fake news, when you say something that is wrong, for example, when you speak against the federal government, you will not only be sanctioned, but your license will be withdrawn. So once they withdraw your license, that's the end of your radio station. That is the end of your station because they gave you the license. Now you want to use the license against them, you'll
Right.
be sanctioned. That's number one. Number two, another thing that can get you sanctioned is when you continuously make use of gory images. For example, if you have a TV, if you have a TV station and you keep on showing gory images like the Boko Haram attacks in the Northeast, you're showing the images of women that bomb has destroyed their legs, their arms, the children, killing of children and all, then you will definitely be sanctioned because you are not supposed to put the country in jeopardy. So whatever you're going to broadcast, make sure that you are protecting the image of women and children. So you need to understand the fact that you don't just broadcast anything. You can broadcast, you are free to show protests, you are free to show people protesting on the streets, you are free to show people fighting, you are free to show every other thing. But when it comes to women and children, it is against the rule of the Nigeria Broadcasting Corporation. So you need to understand all this. I can't have a radio station without having a broadcasting code.
So can you so what about the internet? How has it
No,
changed?
you don't need license for internet.
So they don't control what you put on the
You don't need
internet?
license for internet. Internet, nobody monitors. Yeah, okay. So I said you don't need a license for an internet radio. You don't need to do on the internet. It's none of their business.
Oh. So they can't, even if you have a license, if you broadcast on the internet, there's nothing they can do at all.
No. They have no rights on whatever you're broadcasting on the internet because it is your own personal internet. It is not the federal government's internet. So you are
Ah,
free to say whatever you want to say on the internet. But once you do a video of what you're saying and upload it on social media, then they will come for you.
I got you.
So
So
that's the way it works.
I got you. So all the eyes are still watching no matter what you guys do because of course they want the country to be in a good light.
Yes.
To keep,
Yes.
I'm assuming that it's to avoid, you know, tourism, things like that, because I'm assuming that you guys make money off of tourists and things. And if they feel like if it's unsafe, then, you know, it kind of interrupts those types of things, right?
Yeah.
I was talking to some of the ladies that have visited Nigeria, and they say that there's a really big problem in the airports where when the American women get there, they pull them aside and they harass them, making them pay additional monies to be escorted through the airport. I'm not sure how true it is, but it's not just been one or two women that have said this. There's been many. And if so, how do you avoid that?
Okay, so first, before I answer that question, I also need to ask you some question. I'll answer your
Sure.
question, yeah, but
Okay.
let me ask you. Okay, when you say Americans, right? When they come to Nigeria
Mhm.
and at the airport, which of the Americans are you talking about? Is it white Americans or black Americans?
Both.
Okay, so first I will tell you that is never true. That is never true. Never true. You can upload these as part of the video or as part of the interview, but that is never true. And I'll tell you why. You see, Nigerians love Americans. Nigerians love Americans 100% and one. So the only thing they do is once they see an American or once they know you are from America, they always want to associate themselves with you.
Oh, okay.
That's the only thing they do. So you can never be kidnapped or you can never be harassed once you get to the airport.
Okay.
Now, those who are saying that they've been harassed, what did they do? There must be something they've done or something they've said at the airport before they'll be harassed. You cannot just come into Nigeria and you'll be harassed. No. We have our laws, we have our rules in Nigeria. So when you come in through the airport, your luggages are still in the plane and you are already at the airport. They will give you a place to sit and wait for your luggage. While you sit and wait for your luggage, then you'll be entertained. They might come, they might bring in maybe with some snacks or whatever just to keep you entertained. And then you wait for your luggage. I have never heard that they harass any American at the airport. I have never heard it. So
Well, because
if
I've had,
anybody should say that, then maybe they must have done something. Now, Black Americans, why I ask you that question is because Black Americans are those who are always too stubborn when they come into Nigeria. You know, they feel the Americans, they can speak to anybody anyhow, they can talk to the immigration anyhow, they can say anything the way they like, they can use the F word, they can say the H word and all those shit. But you see, the white Americans, they are always very calm. If you ask the white Americans, they will tell you they have never been to Nigeria and they are harassed. Because once you are white and Nigerians, they see you that you are white, they will not disturb you. They will only want to farms. You understand? Like, this is an American. Hello, how you doing? Oh, you're looking great. Can I take a picture with you? Can I take a selfie? Yeah. But you see, Black Americans, I can tell you for free, Black Americans, once they come into Nigeria, because we are black, they are free to say anything they want to say to the immigration. And once you speak rudely to any of Nigerian immigration officers, they will definitely harass you. They
because they
will.
said
They
that
will
they're
harass
charging
you.
them $700 to walk them through the airport.
That's not true. That is not true.
Okay.
That's not true.
So it's all just a myth
How
then.
can, okay, You've paid for your flights, you are already in Nigeria, and now somebody's charging you $700 for them just to walk you through the airport? No, that's not possible. That's not possible. And again, if you're an American and you're coming into Nigeria, you need someone who you're always coming to look for,
Right.
right?
Mhm.
Before you get to the airport or once you land at the airport, pick up your phone and call the person. Or before you even board the plane from US down to Nigeria, chat the person up and let the person know that so at so time I will be at your airport. So the person will go to the airport and wait for you.
Gotcha.
Once the person is waiting for you, you can never be harassed. You can
Gotcha.
never be harassed.
So
So it is only when,
if something like that happens,
yeah,
can you film something like that or call the United States Embassy and get them involved?
well, like I said, if you have somebody you're coming to meet in Nigeria, the person has to be at the airport before you land. So the person will be the same person that's going to take you from the airport to wherever you're going. So it is when you come as a visitor, you come via visit, then you need to know the hotel you are going to. So once you land at the airport, you pick a cab that will drop you at the hotel because you are coming as a tourist. Do you understand? So you're coming as a tourist, then you know what to do. Now, in that case, if you are being harassed, you really don't need to call the US Embassy, or you can call the US Embassy in Nigeria if you have the contact. It is everywhere on the internet.
Right.
You call the US Embassy in Nigeria, relate the issue with them, and then they will send somebody or a convoy to come over and pick you up.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that's just the easiest thing to do. So if you find yourself in such situation in Nigeria or any other African country, call the embassy, the US embassy in that country. Let them know that this is the situation, this is what the immigrations are doing. And then before you know it, they will call their convoy, they will come over, pick you up, and take you to your destination. And
Nice.
if maybe by chance they must have collected a certain amount from you, it will be refunded.
Nice.
It will be
Okay.
refunded. So we really don't have rogues at the airports. We don't have touts at the airports. We don't have thieves at the airports, but we have people who are working for the federal government. So if anything should go wrong, you know the right place to call.
Nice. That's very well said. I love that. Because there's so many myths out there. And again, not everybody's going to tell you everything that happened. They're just going to tell you the parts that, you know, associate with them. And they won't tell you if they
Yes.
did something wrong, but they'll tell you how they were treated. So
Ah, they treated,
I
yeah,
get,
exactly.
yeah, I get it. That's what's up. I'm glad you explained that because there's a lot of things on the internet that we hear that are untrue, but it does
Yeah,
make you kind of wonder, hey, do I really want to
wonder.
get involved? So
Yeah.
I appreciate that. So where can we find all of your content and how often do you post?
Okay, so I post every single day. Not just every single day, but I post every single time. Once there's a breaking news, then I pick up the news, I work on it, I do a write up about the news stories, and I upload. So it's either I upload on flamesdigital.ng or ohibaba.com. So those are the two websites I make use of.
There will be peace under the skies.
When it comes to pushing out stories, just for people to read. And on socials, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok, I'm on YouTube. I am everywhere on the social media. So you can find me on social media. You can find my station on social media. You can find my works on social media. You can find my videos on social media. You can find my news on social media. I'm always there. Like I told you before now, you need to be everywhere. You need to be very big on social media. So once you are big on social media, no information will pass you by. No information will pass you by. So I'm everywhere.
I am so glad I got to meet you. Like, I hope that when I get to Nigeria that we get to hang out and you can teach me some of the ropes, because I'm all new to this. So I really appreciate
definitely.
you for all of your
Don't worry, you are safe 100% in Nigeria. 100%.
I appreciate that. Well, it has been a pleasure speaking with you today. I hope that I get to meet up with you again in the future. And, you know, like I said, when I come to Nigeria, I hope I get to shadow you and learn some of the tricks of the trade. Thank you. Bye. See, guys, that's Charles Flames.
Right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Again, this is Charles Flames. Make sure you guys are catching his content on the website. He has amazing stories. He keeps us up to date on current events, current musicians, entertainment. Guys, please make sure that we're supporting each other. That's what we're here for. Again, have a wonderful morning, noon, or night, wherever you may be.
There will be peace.